Good morning, everyone. I'm waiting for some more people to come in. Um, Before I get started, I see one person is on. Um, I'm waiting for some more people to come in. So, how is everybody doing this morning? Hey, natural born queen. Um, I decided to jump on right quick so we can talk about. I didn't do the live last night because I got busy. So, um, how's everybody doing? Hey, new to you. Hey, A Christian, Jeff Lee. I decided to get on for a little, for a few minutes, for like an hour. And also, you guys, like, we're trying. Hey, Mac Red, Diane Wright. Did I miss anybody? Tamo 8. Um, I if y'all see, because we're trying something new, because these Negroes keep trying to hack into my computer. So until we get it perfected, you may see my computer is doing something with 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 whatever they're doing with this software. And so if you see me my picture pop off the screen, just know I'm gonna come back in. Okay. Just know I'm gonna come back in. Hey Richmond 36. Hey Jennifer Wilkins. Hey Reginald Johnson. It's a darn shame that you have to continuously do this. Um because people are insistent on hacking into your computer. Oh my God, I had her this morning. I had her this morning. I was so happy when her daddy came and got her because she want to sit up. She be wide awake early in the mornings. I have to keep her while her mother goes to work, and so I end up getting her really early. And her eyes be wide open, and she wanted me to talk to her constantly. And she feel like while she's woke, she's supposed to be sucking on a bottle. I said, Lord, oh Lord Jesus, she want me to talk to her, and while her bottle is in her mouth. 4 o'clock in the morning is real early for me to be doing baby talk, and she likes to sit up. She don't like to lay down and suck her bottle. She likes to sit up for me to hold her up. So I have to sit up in the middle of the bed, hold her head up, and talk to her while her bottle is in her mouth. I said, ain't this something? Okay. Hey Nicolay. Nikolai, Min Gray Summers. But I love her so much. She loves it when I be saying, and she be wanting me to constantly say, I love her so much. I love her so much. And then I start saying, and she just be, she's getting, I'm like, oh my God, she could follow you with her eyes. She knows when you're talking to, she wants you to talk to her. She be just grinning. She'll stop sucking her bottle, but she don't want you to take that pacifier out of her mouth though. And she'll start grinning when I say, yes, I love her. Yes, I love her. But she don't want me to stop saying it. She want me to consistently talk to her. And then she be trying to, her head is just be bouncing. She want to hold her head up. Even if you lay her down, her head gonna come up. I say, ain't this something? That's true, Melody. She is loved. I love that little baby so much. She is so, and she looks just like my daughter. I don't think her mother was that spoiled though. Her mother was always very independent. She was raising their head up at 2 weeks, though. I'm telling you, I'm talking about her mother when I gave birth to her, and she's doing the same thing. Trying to keep that head raised. When you lay her down, she raised the head up, and she gonna let you know. She gonna start screaming. I'm gonna tell y'all something. She got 3 different cries. This cry, that's the cry. That's the warning cry. When you don't do nothing, she'll kick it into another level. If you decide I'm tired, I can't be constantly picking her up. She go into overdrive. She get the screaming. I said, "Oh Lord, I done got too old. I can't. I just have to go ahead, give her what she want. What you want, a bottle? I'll talk to you. Just leave me alone." It's 4 o'clock in the morning. She feels that genuine love from her grandma. I know. And her cheeks hang. I love just kissing on her cheeks. They so fat and they hang. Oh my God, I just be wearing them out. When her daddy come and get her, I have her ready. When he say I'm almost there, I have her already ready. When I open the door, I have the baby carrier in my hand. He just busts out laughing. He said, "What she do?" I said, "The usual. Want to suck all the milk and not go to sleep at all and want me to sit up and hold her." Okay. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys are doing okay. I was supposed to come on last night. I didn't get the opportunity to come on last night. Um, Thank you, Jennifer Wilkins, for the Cash App. I appreciate that so much. But I was supposed to come on last night and I didn't because I didn't I'm doing good, Robbie. I didn't get the opportunity to. I got in kind of late from off an assignment, but I wanted to talk about Young Dolph's pop-up museum, and I kind of added the lives of those that plotted. I put that up there wrong. No, I didn't. It's the lives of those that plotted to kill him any better. And I keep talking about that. I keep putting a lot of emphasis on that. I know a lot of people probably, when people are paranoid, um, they like to sit back in the cut and say she picking on me, especially when they paranoid. And I'm not picking on anybody. Picking on somebody would be the way they picked on young Dolph, right? Until they eventually killed him, whoever that may be. I'm not picking on anybody. I've always, I think people get mad when I say that the Memphis Police Department and the FBI has been extremely thorough in what they've done to make sure that's true, new to you, to make sure that the Young Dolls case has that we have what we have now. We got to be honest. No, I couldn't solve the case. I never tried to solve it. Okay. Nobody else could solve the case except for the people that had access to the witnesses and had access to the um, type of resources that the Memphis Police Department and the FBI would have access to. Now, when people get on here and say, "Well, they got her on here saying this," the Memphis Police Department don't pay me. They couldn't pay me to get on here and say anything. The FBI couldn't pay me to get on. I don't have to make them look good. They don't need me to make them look good. They have the training. See, when you need somebody to speak up for you, it's because you lacking in something. They already got the experience and the training. This is something that they do every single day. You're talking about hundreds of years of experience when it comes to the FBI and the Memphis Police Department. Right. Some of these bloggers who have never had any experience with any investigation. You're right, Player Co. No experience with any investigation other than some of them involved with the people that set Dolph up and killed him. They have intel on that, and they get their asses on here and talk about justice for Dolph, and they know damn well they don't like Dolph. Okay. but and some of them are, a lot of them are, they have video businesses and they are ethical hackers. There's a lady in Alabama that I'm gonna go after because she's a hacker, and I know she hacked me in the very beginning. Okay, which is fine because if a bitch show up in my house, if they come back here in the bonus, I've already, so you have to think about, I've already gone to everybody that needs to be gone to and gave the names of everybody that is involved, and a lot of these people are ethical hackers. Okay, it's a record label that has hired companies to hack folks. And some of these vloggers too, hell, that's what they do. But it had not just started. See, with some of these folks, okay, because they had been doing it down there in Dallas, hacking folks and stealing their information and things of that nature. Okay, and but hey, I'm not going to talk about that because that's in the hands of the FBI. That okay, and ICE is involved for a damn reason. Okay. Okay, let me, cause see, I get carried away. Oh, see, I start to getting mad when I think about some of these vloggers, how they like to violate. It's a vlogger that in Chicago, and he is very dangerous. See, YouTube is going to end up getting a lawsuit because all of these predators have posted up on YouTube. Some of these record companies can put some of these vloggers on here, and when somebody is putting the truth in the atmosphere. The Young Dolph's case, for them to hire some of these vloggers to try and derail the truth was asinine. The damn truth was gonna come out anyways. And I know they was telling some of these vloggers you can make a shitload of money because people like garbage. These folks don't want, a lot of people like drama. They like garbage and they like drama, and they'll believe a lie before they would ever believe the truth. So I'm sure that they said you can make a shitload of money, but there was a lot of lines that was crossed. They committed a lot of criminal activity on here and scrapping for crumbs, and violating other people, trying to set other folks up. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what some of these vloggers was doing, and they've been doing it. They have hackers, but that comes by way of some of these record labels. Okay, and they get people's information, and if they cannot scare them off of here from telling the truth, okay, what they do is they kick it up in another drive. But I'm gonna tell you bitches, if you come to Mississippi, the sheriff is already aware, the police department is already aware, and I've made all the sheriff's office and the police department in Memphis aware, and I've told them they know the record label that is involved in all of their chromies, and they're gonna make me get on here and expose them. Okay, and I don't really like exposing people, and people, some of my people get on here and they say, Tam, you ought to expose them. You know that they working with that record label. That's their blogger. Why don't you tell it? They got the people fooled. I'm not going to say anything because they've already committed criminal acts and they up under investigation. So I'd rather them got back that way, because me getting on here screaming on every rooftop, and a lot of people ain't gonna believe it anyways. It's not gonna do me any good to get on here and start screaming on every rooftop. Y'all believe in that vlogger? And I know a lot of people, and the very vloggers y'all might think I'm talking about, I don't even be talking about. I don't even be talking about. Let me just make that clear, because some people wanted to throw. I'll give y'all next example. Skull name out there. I don't know anything about Skull. When I say that, so let me go ahead and I don't know Skull. Skull's name has never, as far as I'm talking about, as far as this is concerned, I'm talking about as it relates to me and the violations. It had not came up to me. Okay. I'm talking about the violations as it relates to me. So when I say you got people on here, tricking y'all, I don't know anything about SCO, and I just said that to help y'all. Okay. Melody says, I started out trying to get folks on YouTube to help find Gabby because her family couldn't get a hold of her. I used to watch her YouTube channel and she was missing. Her family asked for help. Wow. Player Co says, real criminals don't travel out there. That's one state that don't play. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you what the sheriff told me. If they come down here, and these niggas that try to send these the Memphians already know what it is in Mississippi. They can try to get somebody from Dallas or Atlanta to come down here if they want to. They might not know about Mississippi, and they'd have to be on meth to do it. Okay. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I wanted to talk about Young Dolph. I had to put that. I put the cart before the horse, and I know everybody has a difference of opinion. I'm not saying that people don't have valid opinions about what they feel about any vlogger, because some people might feel a certain way about me. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you shouldn't feel a certain way about whoever you want to feel a certain way about. I'm saying that it went too far when you start violating people, when you start, and it didn't start with me. It didn't start with me. Okay? Some of these folks that's been doing this, that ICE is looking at, because they asses is gonna be deported. They've been working and doing this shit. Okay? They stealing people's identities on here. These women ought to be ashamed of their damn self. It's too late now, bitch. Don't try and scrub nothing. Okay? They stealing people's identities. They're getting credit cards and stuff in their names. They're getting IDs in their names. They travel. It's a whole criminal organization going on here. That's why I say y'all lock y'all credit report. So when they go and try to get credit cards and stuff in your name, you can go through the credit card company and do that. They will automatically reject it when they try to get anything in your name. You need to know if there are other IDs and stuff in your name, because that's what they are doing. And not only that, they work with these record labels. You have to understand, some of these folks was already trying to get their feet in the industry. So if they can work with a label to try and terrorize you, try to get your information, and some of them are going to be arrested for plotting murder, because what they do is they try to get your information to give to a record label. They got hackers on here so that they can, like the sheriff said, you have to understand that somebody want to try to get your information to give to somebody. It is because they want to do something to you, right? They want your mama's information, just like they hacked my network. Okay. Some of these folks ain't got no damn money. You can look at them and tell, you can tell that they ain't got a damn thing. But they want it so bad that they'll do anything. It's always somebody in the background that's got them in the forefront, so that when the shit hit the fan, guess who gonna go down? It's gonna be that vlogger, and normally it's a cuckabug head. Because I'm telling you, some of these folks, they ain't gonna want to be deported. They're gonna start turning on each other. Mark my words. They already have. And for what? What is all this for now? We know some of these, let's kick it back to Young Dolph. We know some of these folks didn't like Young Dolph, okay? I'd rather somebody sit up and say, I'd rather you be neutral than to say you riding, well, I don't have nothing to do with that. Hey, than to sit up and claim, that you want justice, and you don't really want justice. That you are affiliated with the people that did this to Young Dolph, right? And so you want to try to hurt anybody. Hold on, you guys. You want to try to hurt anybody that could put the truth out there. But that comes from doing anything for some money, right? These record labels, hold on, you guys. These record labels have been doing this shit for so long. But see, I'm gonna tell you what these record labels do. They go and get, and I'm not being prejudiced. Because I'm not a prejudiced person at all. Okay, I've never been a prejudiced person. Hold on, you guys. I'm trying to hook up something. Shit. What they'll do is they'll go and hire a company. Okay. Hold on, you guys. Okay, that works. What they'll do is they'll go and hire a company. And that company, a lot of these trolls that you see, they ain't paying them probably about maybe $100, $50. Some of them are mentally ill anyways. So they ain't really got to pay them nothing. A lot of people just like trolling. Okay. And so these computer techs have loaded up on here. Okay. And they sent out all of these mentally ill folks to start going and troll. It was a lawyer that was working with one of these that was working on this Young Dolph's case that had some trolls on here. Okay. But anyways, I knew my phone was gonna start ringing. They go and they get these trolls, and then some of these people have hopes of getting into the industry, and so they'll do anything. It's one thing, like, hey, when you are trying to derail a case, hey, I don't have anything to do with what a person does on their page. I got sense enough to know that I cannot control what a person does. I don't have any mental illnesses. I don't have them. Okay. But it's another thing when you all out start attacking somebody, when you start violating them to include plotting murder. Anytime, just the same way they did with Young Dolph, there are vloggers that you're gonna start seeing going to jail because they was plotting murder on other vloggers. Because it didn't line, what they were saying didn't line up with their narrative. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. Okay. So people are so money hungry, it takes a special kind of sick. Oh, okay. And people are so money hungry that they don't realize, like, as it relates to an ongoing investigation, when Young Dolph's case has always been very hot off the press. Young Dolph's case has been hot off the press from the very damn beginning. How in the damn hell did anybody feel like that they could derail a case like that? The very first time that some of these vloggers started coming on, they was put here to find witnesses to try and intimidate, because the case was fast going. Just like the police chief said, They maggot asses was put on YouTube to try and find witnesses, expose them so that they could come up missing or be intimidated. That was what they was paid to do. They didn't know how the FBI was on their ass though. Okay, a lot of them still think that they've gotten away with it, but they haven't, because they involved in hacking. That's what they was put on here for. Everybody got their own opinion. It's some vloggers, like I say, I truly have a lot of respect for. I talk about Coat Figure, I talk about Sauce, I talk about, even if I don't agree with everything that a vlogger says, there are still some that I absolutely have respect for because they have boundaries. I'm a grown woman for real. I might look at somebody and say, "Oh, I don't agree with that," but I still, I got respect for that vlogger. Even if I don't agree with something, it don't mean that what the person is saying is in bad, with bad intentions. They might not know. But some of these people was put here to mislead and to terrorize. Okay? And it didn't just start happening when I came back to YouTube. I'm hearing there's a history of this stuff. Okay? I'm hearing there's a history of this stuff, and it's been going on. And I think it's a shame because, like I said, with the Young Dolph's case, we already know as it relates to investigations, all of this stuff, it comes out. It comes out. Some people go, well, I don't give a damn. By the time it come out, I wouldn't have already made a fool out of everybody and made all the money that I could make. Okay? That's what I made all the money. I don't give a damn. But it's a damn shame that you have some of these record labels that they already committing genocide on our community, and then they could send out some fools to get on YouTube, okay, and commit terrorist acts, because that's what a lot of them doing. So you take Young Dolph out, that wasn't good enough. You want to destroy his legacy, which is why all of his artists and stuff was thrown up under the bus. Okay. It had everything to do with, we killed him, but we made him immortal. So now some of his artists might go up. We know Key Glock is going up. He's one of the ones. The rest of them are too. Everybody get their time to shine, and that's what a lot of these old crusty bitches don't. Lord, excuse my French. It still has not registered in their brain, their 40 and 50-year-old damn brains, that you can't stop the plan of God. Which is why he's got a pop-up museum. Okay? So we're going to send some of these vloggers out to try and destroy his legacy, period. And it's a damn shame how blinded we are as people. Justice for Dolph. People ain't asking for wisdom no more. They'll follow a damn cricket. As long as he twerking, or whatever a cricket does. As long as it sound right. I like the way what does a cricket do? They go crick, 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 crick. As long as it's in tune, as it sounds right, we gonna follow that cricket, because his twerk is, or twerp, or whatever they do. It just sound better. They don't give a damn about what it is. I'd be a damn fool to deviate. Okay, because I'm gonna say this. The way that I had been on the Houston Police Department when Takeoff was first murdered, because I mean, if it's a Memphis, because I have people send me emails all the time and say that they know some crooked Memphis police officers. I said, well, who is it? They can't never give you no name. Okay, so I don't understand how you want something done about somebody crooked. See, I'm a doer. If something ain't right, then it needs to be made right. I don't like to just sit up and talk about it like these bitches thought they was gonna violate me, hacking all into my damn computer. I You got my address. Come on down here. Bring your ass on. We been ready. Because I'm gonna tell you, like the sheriff down here said, if they come, they ain't leaving. A lot of Memphians know what it is in Mississippi. You can't get the biggest melt head to bring their goddamn ass down here. No, nigga, fuck you. I ain't going to Mississippi. Cracked out, all on lean and all. They know better. Because they know they ain't leaving. Okay? Right? So I'm not the only person that they've been doing this to. We have a team, and it's some people that I don't know anything about them. But I will say this: I have the confidence in the people who have taken an interest in what's going on YouTube and all these criminal crimes, all of these terroristic threats, all of this hacking, all of this violation. I have faith in the people who are now doing whatever they're supposed to do to eliminate this shit, to dig deep to figure out who everybody is. Okay? I have that faith. But one thing about a stupid, ignorant motherfucker, when they used to getting away with so much, what they start doing is this is why we start seeing a lot of these young dudes being used. They'll start trying, you might look young nigga, you go down there to Mississippi. I'm telling you, it ain't gonna be sweet. It ain't gonna be sweet. They know that they being looked at because they know I have reported them to the FBI. You think people who have not worked with some of these folks, and even when they started turning on each other, I was getting emails like 40 going up telling me the operation and who it was that was hacking me. You think I don't know? I had people telling that it happened to other people. And all for what? Anytime we start getting involved, and it's unfortunate because that's why Young Dolph, it's sad to say, it's unfortunate, like people like Young Dolph, people like and other rappers, like what's the rapper name that was Nipsey Hussle, rappers like him. It's unfortunate that had a wealth of knowledge that could have really led a movement in our community are in their graves. Okay? Because we got cuckabug head Negroes that's so jealous that they want to try and destroy anything that they feel like is successful or going to be successful when it has not registered in their damn brains. Mo3, you right, Melody. Okay? That you can never stop the plan of God. But what you could do is you can mess yourself up trying to mess somebody else up. I know I seem like a real sweet person, and I am. Hold on. Hello? No, I'm on live. What was wrong? Mm-mm. No. Okay, what happened? Oh my God. Okay, I will. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, well, I'm gonna call you back, boo. Okay. Child, the devil is working early this morning, but God says, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. Woo! Lord have mercy. These folks is sick. Jesus. Oh my God. That right there just kind of threw me off, but God is in control. I'm telling you. Oh, we're going to make it through this live though, because God gave me a message. Anyways, sit down, Remy. It ain't nothing that God can't fix though. Just trust me. When man does something, ain't nobody dead or nothing like that, but when man does something that they know is not right to somebody, God, that's the opportunity for God to show them that they are God, that he is God. Okay, that's God's opportunity to do that. Okay, because it's been a many a times that people thought that they had hurt me, and it was always a ram in the bush. It's some people that you just cannot put your hands and your mouth on because there is no recovery. Okay, and that's why I put, is the lives of those that plotted to kill young Dolph any better? It don't seem like it's no better to me. It seems like it's worse. You know, I was talking to, and I'm not saying that Yo Gotti is involved or anything like that, but it's an OG in Memphis that I be talking to sometimes. That's an original pioneer in Memphis in this rap situation. Okay. And it's so sad because he said, you know, he asked me about, he was like, because he out in the street, so he's not going to really say a whole lot about the dog and the, when they really should have been stepping in and letting God in them know what they was doing was wrong to young dog. Okay, all of the OGs that came before God, is big head ass, they should have let him know, you need to pump the brakes, get your people to sit down, because we all Memphians, we all in this thing. But it's so sad. He finally said, you know, it seemed like, you know, he said we was all talking, me and some more OGs that was in the game, the rap game, and we said it's a damn shame. It seems like since Dolph was killed, Yo Gotti seemed like he just, there's a relief that his competition is gone or something. He just seemed relieved. And it's a damn shame, because he might think it's sweet right now, but if he was involved, it ain't gonna be sweet for him. Okay, because regardless of what people say he has gotten away with, he won't be getting away with it. All comes to an end at some point. These motherfucking vloggers that they hire, that they put on here to child support, and they put them on here to terrorize you. Motherfuckers ain't gonna get no record deal, you bitches. Yo folks with yo shade tree record labels, you bitches, you ain't gonna be in the rap game because they already know who y'all are. So you ain't gonna have no rap label and your artist gonna be signed to CMG or something like that. It ain't gonna happen. Because just like they sat at a table, somebody to take Young Dolph out, you had some of these fuck ass vloggers sitting at tables thinking that they gonna get in the rap game by getting in good with some of these record labels to take out people that was actually on here telling the damn truth. When I told you, I don't get out here and investigate the Young Dolph's case. I don't need to. Young Dolph always had a damn dream team. The truth was gonna come out. They think they so smart that they just too damn stupid. See, what the thing is, it's all about money. They knew that the plan of what the investigators and the federal agents was doing, that they could not stop. That's how you know it's bigger people behind what this shit that's going on YouTube. It's all about the look. If the people really knew the truth, maybe somebody ain't gonna get supported. And we got to keep that money coming in, whether it was whoever. And you got a lot of damn vloggers, they go and get piss poor vloggers that was probably on the verge of death, that'll do anything. I'll do it. I'll do anything for some money, to include slow walk your ass back to federal prison, because that's where a lot of them going, and out of this country, because it's going to be some people deported. You brought your motherfucking ass over here to go to school, bitch. But you get over here and start hacking. I'm talking about to the United States. Okay. So is their lives any better? They plotted to kill him. Okay. They plotted to kill him, but is their lives any better? I don't think so. And the reason I say that is because God is a just God. He says that all man has to reap what they sow. Them seeds that you, I don't give a damn how slick young Dolph talk. He was supposed to talk slick. He was supposed to think that he was the shit. He was the shit. Anytime you come from nothing and you go and you make all that type of money and do what he did for himself and not be selfish. Okay, I'm a millionaire. Now I'm getting ready to be a billionaire, but I'm getting ready to make a lot of millionaires. I went and I learned a recipe and I'm teaching it to the little dudes. That's a profit. As I was saying yesterday, God says, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. We all put here for different reasons. Young Dolph was put here, if nothing else, to shine a light on really what's going on in the record industry, because we know what's going on, but we just passively go be blind to it. We don't deal with it. What has happened to him, we've been forced, and some of these other rappers, we've been forced to deal with. And it's a damn shame when some of these Arabics and some of these other damn folks can set up in our community and get black people to work up under them and destroy each other for some damn money. You can't get an Arabic to do that with their community. You can't do it. They ain't gonna do it. If I went to an Arabic right now, if I was a millionaire and said, listen, I want some black jewelers, hey, it's some black jewelers that I want to come up in the game. It's too many damn Arabics in this game. I'm gonna hook you up with some money. I need you to help me set them up and take them out. He gonna excuse himself with me sitting in his house and go to his damn kitchen because they like knives. And he gonna get that damn machete and he gonna be at the back of my fucking neck the way he's supposed to be. No, you can't destroy our community. You out your damn mind. But we willing to do it for a damn nickel. He gonna chase you down the street with his damn machete and cut your damn neck off, and he's supposed to. That's their community. So why can they come into our community or anybody? It's because they're demon of jealousy. We gonna take young Dolph out. He said he the king of South Memphis. Motherfucker, you still ain't the king of South Memphis, and you headed to jail if you had something to do with his death. It's a damn shame that we're taking people out. It ain't got nothing to do with words, because people been going back and forth with each other forever. It's got everything to do with jealousy and people being sent out. We need him out the way. It ought to be a damn insult for anybody of any other race to come to any record head and talk to them about taking out or helping to take out a black person, to put into the communities and the music that they put into our communities into the communities. A lot of people talk about, well, Young Dolph was a gangster rapper. Young Dolph talked more about getting money. I didn't hear him talk a lot about killing people. Okay. Sean, that's where they going. Sean, let me say this. People that's sitting up destroying our community, they need to have their asses in jail. I don't have no loyalty to nobody that is destroying the black community, period. Okay? That's the problem. I think I've been saying this forever. You got rapists. You got all kinds of people that's posted up in the black community because they prey on the black folks. It's just too, it's easy. They prey on the black folks because of our mindset. Okay. So you have a whole lot of people, okay, that's within the community committing all kinds of heinous situations. And then you got the black men. And I'm going to tell you something, because I grew up around strong black men. It hurts me, especially when I had a granddaddy that died of cancer 20 years ago. And he was always a superhero to me. He came from nothing, but I'm telling you right now, he took care of his household. And even when cancer was eating his body up, we couldn't hold him down. They would say, no, he need to sit down. He had to retire from his construction job early. It was them damn chemicals on that job that gave him cancer. We later found out that he was inhaling. We were saying, why don't you just sit down? After he retired, he'd be in the backyard gardening, teaching us how to garden, survival skills. Cancer was eating him up. We would look at him walk through the house because he was about 6'5", about 300 pounds, real black with red eyes, very intimidating. But he never said more than 2 or 3 words because he was about business. So when cancer started eating him up and he was sick and he wasn't feeling good, we would say, well, why are you back there putting gardening? All I know how to do is take care of my family. That's all I know how to do. So whenever we felt fear of something, we didn't have to worry about nothing because he took care of us. He was a protector. And he wasn't one of those ones that was going to let a rapist or a killer or a murderer be in a damn neighborhood and walk the streets of a neighborhood that he was paying all that mortgage for. And then he had us walking around there. He had his wife, which was my grandmama, my mama, and us. We supposed to have more loyalty to the people. That's the problem. That's terrorizing the neighborhoods. He wasn't that type of man. I don't give a damn about no predator. And that's what's very disappointing to me, because I had a strong father. I got a strong father and another strong granddaddy. So I can't identify with these dudes when they say, no, I'm coming up off of a bitch. What the hell are you talking about? I'm coming up off of a bitch. You fuck nigga. What you talking about? Because men protect and provide. Okay. Oh, okay. He said, I think it should be eye for eye. Well, Sean, I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that, because some of these folks, what they do, they ought to be dead. But hey, I'm a law-abiding citizen, but I'm gonna agree with you on that. The motherfuckers ought to be dead. I agree with you on that, because what they did to young Dolph, and let me just say that. Okay. Let me just say this. He said Dolph should have been smarter. He got shot so many times. Or Ed, why didn't he move right? But let me just say this, Sean, and with all due respect, I gotta say this, and I'm not mad at you at all for what for your opinion. But hey, a lot of people would say he should have had security. And I know Dolph felt more comfortable in the area that he was in, right? Okay. But regardless to whether he had security or not, this is what people keep failing to realize. Them niggas ain't had no right to take his life. Regardless to if he ever had security or not, they did not have any right to take his life. And that's what people keep omitting. They keep looking over that. They had no right to kill him. Okay? They didn't have no right to kill him. It never should have happened. If Young Dolph had wanted any of those dudes dead, he had the money to get anybody to do anything for him that he wanted them to do, and he did not do it. The man had some type of regards for life. They was wrong. It ain't no way around that. They was wrong, and they know they was wrong. So I talk about Orange Mound Quet, okay, and I talk about Straight Drop, and I talk about, Jamarcus and Shondale and whoever else them people got. Okay. Is their lives any better? We know somebody paid them. We know damn well Orange Mound Quet ain't had no money to fund no hits. Is their lives any better? No. Because what? Why? Young Dolph is immortal. But some people are so sick, they feel like, well, at least he ain't here to be on his Instagram. He ain't here to be on his Instagram showing his new cars. So they was willing to ruin their lives because they going to jail. I mean, there is no secret about it. Whoever else want to jump on the bandwagon with them can. I'm gonna tell some of these little dudes something because they be on my page. The only thing that these dudes that's offering y'all money to try and off people can do is help y'all to get on the bandwagon with them. I'm talking about that jail wagon because they going to jail. At this point, everything, the folks been knowing what happened to Young Dolph. If I said to y'all, and I think I told y'all that they knew that probably knew Orange Mound Quet was involved way back in April or May or something like that. If I heard it in April or May, that means they had been knew he was involved. Orange Mound Quet knew he was going to jail. He knew it. They got Straight Drop early on. They got Cornelius early on. And no telling who else they got early on. Okay. And then the rest of them that have not been got, regardless of how sweet they want to try to make it look to the young dudes, they going to jail. And my thing is, either y'all can turn your life around and be out here for your mama and your kids, or you can jump on that wagon with them. Because all they doing is sending these young dudes out to do their dirty work because they mad as hell. Because one thing for sure, just like Orange Mound Quet knew he was going to jail, the rest of them niggas know they're going to jail. They know, just like Orange Mound Quet, the FBI has been an equal opportunity situation. Them niggas know. They let them all know. When they come back to get them, they going down. Just like they told Orange Mound Quet, just like they done told the rest of them. They know they going down. Okay? That's true, Jocelyn. That money that they pay you for these hits, you ain't gonna spend it. You ain't gonna spend it. The lawyers are getting rich. When these lawyers see that you are affiliated with the Young Dolph's case, they double or triple their fees. Okay? So at this point, the only thing that these dudes doing is paying for lawyers' fees. They giving you hit money for lawyers' fees. What kind of damn shit is that? You doing a hit to pay a lawyer. What kind of shit is that? And your family and your kids gonna still be in the hood while you do life in prison, because that's what's gonna happen. Okay. He says, why is Atlanta letting killers out of jail? I don't get it. They said they're trying to make it safer. I'm gonna just say this. Fonnie was playing chess. I see exactly what was going on. A lot of people think she losing, but she ain't losing. Fonnie was playing chess. She had an agenda and she had a target. and it looks like it's coming. Whatever her plan was is coming to pass. Okay, it's coming to fruition. So I think that Funny was playing chess. She knew exactly what she was doing. Look at what's happening. Okay. I'm not saying that all of them, I don't even think all of them was the target, but they were smart enough to do whatever they did to get what they needed. Them niggas chirping like birds. Okay. Well, I think Funny has sense enough to know is like those dudes that's telling on them so-called killers that's telling on Thug, they will never have the street credibility that they once had again. Nobody gonna want to fool with them if they don't take them out. So I think what she's done is a very astute thing. Okay. But Young Dolph has a museum. Okay, Young Dolph has a museum, a pop-up museum. I want to show y'all this. I know we got it. Y'all know how it is. I have a subject up and we get into all kinds of stuff. That's how we do it on here though. I ain't been on here in a long time, so y'all know we get to talking about different stuff. Um, Let me see. Hold on, let me see. So his pop-up museum is going to be in New York, Dallas, Denver, Houston, Washington. You know, those are interesting states that they started off in, y'all. I just think that it's interesting that they, starting off in Texas and New York, and yeah, that's interesting. But I think Dolph has a house in Aspen. Um, Young Dolph, the King of Memphis, absolutely, forever immortal. They made him immortal. They made Young Dolph immortal when they killed him. Okay. And like I say, I always give credit where credit is due. There have been quite a few vloggers that have gotten on here and really spoken truth about the Young Dolph's case. There's no way for them to know everything that when you don't have you're not privy to direct intel of what's going on in the investigation. The only thing you can really do is talk about it, and oftentimes speculate or whatever, and wait for them to put stuff into the atmosphere. Okay, but just keeping his name out there has been good, even when they thought that they was derailing the truth. I think the only concern, and I think that the FBI handled that early on, and them vloggers are going to have to deal with that. I think before this Young Dolph's case is over, there's going to be some reckoning as it relates to witness tampering. They was put on here to directly witness tamper. I'm telling you. and it still didn't stop nothing. And that's what I'm saying. People, you have old niggas getting themselves caught up. It's one thing when it is the 20-something-year-olds, but when you're an old ass nigga and you sitting up letting people pull you into shit for some money, you ain't no better. And that's the reason why I always say that, a lot of these kids, when they're early 20s and teens and stuff, they ain't got nothing to look up to. Look at what these dudes do for some money. How in the hell these niggas think they can get their asses on YouTube and hack people's stuff and then plot murder against them and then steal their identities, y'all? They're stealing identities. Okay? That's right. They talked about how quiet Key Glock was. I have been telling y'all the streets of Memphis was on fire. When folks were sitting up talking about didn't nobody do nothing for Dolph, I ain't say nothing because I knew they couldn't have lived in Memphis. The people that was saying that didn't live in Memphis, didn't know a damn thing about Memphis. They ain't did nothing for Dolph. The people that live in Memphis and the surrounding areas knew it was damn World War III in Memphis. Anytime the damn police chief do a conference and say in a nice way, if you ain't got to go out tonight, please don't go out. Them folks had set the streets of Memphis on fire when young Dolph died, and the police chief didn't want to send pandemonium, but we knew what it was. And so she said in a nice way, if you don't have to go out, don't go out. Stay in tonight. Because they was out there busting everything that was moving. And it's a sad thing. I'm not proud of that. And it ain't nothing I'm making up. Y'all heard us say it. It hurt me so bad when I heard some of the people in South Memphis say, I'm sick of this. They was living in the hoods. This don't make no sense. It's too many people around us getting killed. The hoods was feeling it. New Era says such a beautiful voice when you're not cussing. Thank you, New Era. I'm sorry. I'm passionate. Okay. I get passionate. I'm sorry, New Era. I know a lot of my people don't like to hear me cuss. Okay. So I'm going to try not to. But when I get passionate, it comes up. I'm sorry though. Okay. But, and thank you for reminding me. I don't get mad about stuff like that because I just don't, because I have a lot of people that be on here looking at me. Okay. So it hurt me, but what these dudes don't understand, especially these dudes with money, but they don't care, is when you go and you do something like this to somebody, you kill somebody like young Dolph, or you kill anybody else. They go back to their mansions when they send these hits. They never leave their mansions. It is these little dudes that's left in the community that has to suffer the brunt of the retaliation because they are easier to touch. And that's what these young dudes have not registered. That's what has not registered. I get on here and I'm passionate about it and I get mad and I be cussing at these young dudes, but I got a lot of love for a lot of these young dudes in their early 20s and in their teens because I have counseled them. I understand the era that they come from when a lot of their parents are on some type of narcotic. And so they're going through stuff in their household. They're growing up dirt poor. People having hard times in the hoods. So their mama working 2 and 3 jobs to put food on the table. So they having to grow up real quick. And so they start looking at these OGs for validation and they helping them to jump off of cliffs. They wrong as hell. When young Dolph said, I used to pray for one of the OGs to pull up to me because I ain't have nothing and just give me some money, that's something he started doing. It was because they look up to the OGs. And instead, now what these OGs are doing is dangling money in their faces. I'll give you some money because they knew that you could look at their neighborhoods. One thing, I was looking at something the other day. It was in somebody else's camp. I'm not gonna say which record label it was, but I know the areas in Memphis. And they was on there talking about they hit us and they're with this particular record label, right? And yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and that. And then I started looking at the houses behind them. I said, well, hell, that's South Memphis. But it's a darn shame that it has not registered to them that they gassed them up to go out and do these hits, and they still living in those houses. They still living in South Memphis. They can sit up and say all day, how you know I just went on that street, nigga, you live over there. Okay, that's where you living at. They bring that stuff to their mamas, their grandmamas, because that's their houses. All because they want to be in with somebody who don't even give a damn about them. Because if they truly cared about them, if they signed to their label or something, they'll be trying to help them to get up out the damn hoods. They wouldn't be telling them you got to be a damn hitter. So they take young Dolph out. Okay. Black Youngster never had a issue with Dolph. Dolph would not even address Black Youngster. He wouldn't even address him. I wish I could find that interview where young Dolph said, when they asked him about Black Youngster, he said, this between me and his boss. I'm not going to address him. I ain't got no issues with him. So if Gotti loved Black Youngster so much, why he ain't put a lid on it? You know why? Because he encouraged them to do it. Even if he didn't say nothing, when you don't stop a person from doing something, that means you want them to do it. That means you're encouraging it. If you got the power to stop it, because he had the power to stop it. Okay. And so now a lot of these other young dudes have taken it on. You know, one of them got on my page and said, you just biased to young Dolph. And I knew he had to have been young, but then he could have been old. You can't tell the young men from the old men no more, because these older ones are so damn stupid. You used to could tell when somebody was young or grown based on their damn wisdom. You can't really do that no more, because these niggas is crazy. Okay. So instead of them telling, these young dudes, so he gets on my page and he goes, you biased to young Dolph. I said, yeah, I am. I'm biased because what happened to him was wrong. Let me tell y'all something. I'm real. I ain't gonna get on here and say, no, well, I love them both. I ain't no damn cuckabug head. I don't scratch my head if it ain't itching. Okay. I said, yeah, I am. I'm biased to young Dolph because he never should have been killed. You're right. What they did to him was wrong. Well, he commented, he sit up talking about in his songs 100 shots, and that's why he dead, and his kids need to be dead too. Somebody that demonic, I just had to go ahead and delete him. Okay, I had to go ahead and block him because when you started, he was probably on meth, probably had just came out of the meth house. Okay. But when somebody is that demonic, they got that many emotions, they really need some damn help. They need help. But and these are people that never had, I'm willing to bet, never had a beef with young Dolph. Never. Okay. It was secondhand beef, I'm willing to bet. And they've taken on all of these emotions. And those are the types of people that they can easily egg on and send out to go do dirty work. Because if you love somebody, you say, "Nah, young nigga, you got too much going. We get ready to get this money. You ain't got time to be on Tamra page talking about his kids. So that's why he dead, because he did 100 shots and his kids ought to be dead. And them folks can trace us back to our camp. We can't do that." Instead, they want them to do it like I give a damn, because I don't. But then what it does is it helps me to pray because I see the state that our people are in, emotionally damaged for real. Anytime you sitting up glad somebody dead because they was popping their stuff, okay? Because they was popping their stuff, because they actually made the money that they say they made, and wasn't doing nothing else but making other millionaires, and you felt like you had it right. You had the right to kill them. I'm gonna tell you another reason why there was an urgency and they was able to send these folks out to kill young Dolph. They did it. Okay. They did it because they was jealous of also like the young dudes like Key Glock and Moochie Grape and all of them, because they was in, I guess they was into it with them, and they knew that anything young Dolph touched turned to gold. They was jealous of what he was doing with some of these young dudes. He was gonna sign more dudes. He's teaching them the independent route. And if you are a predator, especially a record label where you're known to be a predator, some of these other record labels and things of that nature, some of them are all clicked up from all down there, from Texas to Memphis. They clicked up. They feel like they're supposed to be the only ones signing talent to management deals and record deals. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sarah. They feel like they supposed to be the only ones signing talent. So if young Dolph is teaching the recipe, he know what they doing. It's irking them. The more he talk about it, he figured out it's pissing them off that I'm sitting up putting the recipe out there into the atmosphere. Young dudes, y'all can make more money if you do the work. All you have to do is do the hard work. I can help you out. I got an independent record label. I can help you out. And your money gonna be longer. You don't sell your soul and sign 6 or 7 deals with these record labels. That was not conducive to several of these record labels and management companies. It was not conducive. And so what is so damn, it's sad that a lot of our black people don't see that they make them shoot themselves in the stomach. Because a lot of these artists are so brain dead and brain damaged that they sit up and let somebody finesse them into taking somebody like Young Dolph out, all because they want to continuously put them into these contracts that they got talent and sign them to these slave deals. Okay. So now with Young Dolph being gone, he had a drive. He was a visionary. He was a prophet. Okay. All right. Because he was teaching about financial independence as it relates to the devil music industry. So he started talking about that. Okay. They want him gone. We already don't like him. He talking shit. When that's what rappers do. When they get on the mic, they talk shit. But what it all boils down to was jealousy. Okay. So they was able to straight drop. And I keep going back to straight drop. I don't know why. That's true. But hey, I'm praying for theirs too. You're right though, Terrell. All right. So I keep going back to straight drop, okay? Because it's something about straight drop that I don't know. It's something about him as a young man. I keep going back to him because straight drop was not a bad looking kid. He was not a bad looking. He could have been a better rapper, but he wasn't a bad rapper. So why wasn't it didn't work out when he was hanging around, Paper Route? For some reason that didn't work out. So he goes and he starts hanging with another label. Okay? Evidently that was working out, I guess. So if you can't help them, why hurt them? Okay? Because that's the mentality I have. If I can't help them, I ain't gonna hurt them. It ain't gonna work out between us. I wish you the best. You would think that that would be the mentality that a lot of these OGs would have. Okay? So you go and you hook up with somebody else. Why not nurture that? Why not nurture those talents that they have? Why dangle money in front of their faces? Okay? If you do this, you're going to be rich. And here's the thing, they don't promise them they're going to be rich. They just promise them that they're going to be famous and they're going to get a deal. They don't say anything about financial liberation and generational wealth. And what is happening is they ain't got no financial liberation and generational wealth. They're just making them famous, and now they're really just making them infamous because God has stepped into the scene. Okay? Because God has stepped into the scene, because God says, touch not my anointed ones and do no prophets no harm. Okay? Because he stepped into the scene, they are not becoming famous. They are becoming infamous. They are becoming infamous. Okay? What is Straight Drop? He's not famous. He's infamous. Although he could have been famous if that talent had been nurtured right. Okay, whatever problem Straight Drop had with Dolph, he had been had him. There was never an urgency to kill him. It was motivated by money, and we know that. Okay, all right. So I think that it's a darn shame before God. Okay, you know, I often think about, and I'm going back to Straight Drop. I don't know why he's in my spirit, but I'm going back to him when Straight Drop was arrested. Now, a lot of people were saying that when they looked at him, he looked like he had been up all night or something like that. But when I looked at his picture, when they finally called him and he was booked in, it still does something to me, even though he has to pay for what he did. But as a Black woman, especially a mother, you look at somebody that's 23, he was 23 at the time, that knows nothing really about life. He think he does. Okay? And you could see his eyes, and as much as they might want to say, they was giving him a false sense of hope, but they already knew what nothing gonna happen, that what was gonna happen with Straight Drop. That's the reason why they put him up to do it. But it hurt me twice. It hurt me what they did to Young Dolph, and it hurt me to see. Okay, should have females get him them cookies, bruh. Okay, his eyes like that, because this is what a lot of these OGs are doing as it relates to these young dudes. They consistently put a battery in their back. You go take out my competition, because they are so emotionally unstable, these OGs, and they came from an era where they know we didn't do shit like this. You go take out my light work or whatever. They give them all kinds of excuses on why they should be gone, when the truth of the matter is it's just jealousy. And they know deep down inside that these little dudes that they sending out to do this stuff, they're not gonna get away with it. It ain't no way in hell that they're gonna ever get away with it. Okay. So I think it's a shame, you guys. That's why I say, is their lives any better? Killing our young Black men. How do I feel about Glorilla? you know, I feel like I don't say a whole lot about Glorilla because Glorilla is the exact same age as my children. And so I know the area that Glorilla came from, although now it's been some stuff in the media that I think they setting her up. They setting her up to fall hard. Rather, hey, this but publicity. I don't really say anything about her because I'm watching everything to see, is she gonna really have some generational wealth in the end? I don't like how the Glorilla signed that contract on that plane. I don't. It was nothing right about that. Okay, is I just the dynamics of that. I don't know, but hey, what I do wish is I hope that she get the right people around her that really and not that are really business savvy, and she takes this opportunity to grow because even now at her age she still is young. She's young and impressionable, so what'll happen is she'll mess around and take on the bad habits of other people. So I hope she's got the right people around her where she's sowing good seeds, because hey, regardless to where she's signed to, I would be less than a woman to sit here on my platform or on any platform where I want to see young people win and say something bad about the young lady. Other than I hope she keep her head on straight. Okay. I hope that she got her paperwork right. And if she ain't paying them folks like they say she ain't, she needs to get that right. Cause it ain't nothing good about that. Cause don't nobody work for free. Glorilla know that. Okay. Glorilla knows that. So, I hope she get the right type of people around her because it appears to me at this point that she ain't got that. Glorilla came from an area that's dirt poor, the trenches for real. So, I really want to see her do well. The people in her area is hurting. So it's just hard for me to say anything real bad about her, other than she need to straighten it up, and I hope her paperwork right. And we've seen some patterns thus far that just don't look good. Okay, forget the fame. What about the wealth? See, people want the fame and they don't think about the wealth, and that's why young Dolph was a threat because he was wealthy. I mean, because okay, hold on for a second, you guys. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I'm not feeling her music, but I still want her to do well. No cap, get the dollars, not the followers. Glow. Right. And do right. Sow good seeds. When people work for money. Ain't nobody gonna necessarily work. Cause see, I know how it goes. Even like even before I started getting on here, like with my TV show, the way that my TV show is able to be on is okay through advertisements. And sometimes people would ask me, um can I, because I charge a fee on TV, right? You want me to put your commercial on, blah blah blah. And sometimes people will say, well, if I don't have the money, can we work out a deal? Okay, what's that deal? Well, my product, I'll give you 6 months for free if you advertise me. And if you can't do that, you tell them no. Because you start looking at their products, say, I don't need no clothes. I got plenty. Okay, so you'll go, well, financially, I can't do that. And most people can't do that. Well, I can't. Well, I'll work with you because you good, but I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm not gonna advertise you. That's fine. Just pay me. I didn't ask you to advertise me. Pay me my money. Because people are hurting. They need their money. And Glorilla knows that she want hers. She want her back in. So she got to know ain't nobody working for free. And if she got people around her that ain't handling business right, she need to get them away from around her. Because that's gonna be her downfall. Okay. All right. Hold on, you guys. If Moneybag Yo did it, then yes, she should do it. Glow sign with a snake for the notoriety. Um, are they dismantled? Moneybag has a new label. Moneybag has a new label. He doesn't have Bread Gang anymore. I didn't know that. Moneybag doesn't have Bread Gang anymore. Why didn't Key Glock do anything to CMG at the NBA game, Tamara? Well, I think because he didn't want to. What could he do? I mean, get himself sent to prison. It's a whole lot of security. What people don't understand is there's a lot of security in that FedEx forum. They have private security and they have off-duty law enforcement officers that they work their overtime there. And when you're down there on the floor, that's where all the money is. Although you might not see them because a lot of them are in plain clothes. There is security down there. What could he do other than mess his career off and himself? Because he was gonna go. He was. Why would he? Why would he try to do something in a heavily secured place? To me, that would have been absolutely crazy. Yeah, that to me that wouldn't have made any sense. I think he did right to sit there and enjoy the game. Evidently he had them bothered because I had never seen Moneybag them. They got all out in the damn middle of the floor throwing money in the floor. What was all that about? If that wasn't petty, it made me as a person that grew up in Memphis shame. Because I'm gonna tell you something about that FedEx forum. All them folks that you see sitting on that bottom floor, that's that long money in Tennessee. Moneybag them couldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. So they're not impressed by their damn money. It was embarrassing. Okay. They might look like hobos, but they own them companies, them baseball teams, all them businesses downtown. That's them execs that owe long money. Why in the hell Moneybag them want to put their money in the middle of the floor? Them NBA players banking. They was in an area where they should have been trying to network with some of them old white folks that was sitting down there because that's where the money was, and it wasn't him. They money, they got so much they couldn't put it in their pockets. So if you notice, they probably wasn't even looking at them. They was probably had secondhand embarrassment like I did. Okay, so Key Glock did right to enjoy the game. He was a class act. That's why we love Key Glock. Shout out to Key Glock, run him up. He makes Memphis proud. Neo says former NBA Zach Randolph. Marcus Howell, Moneybag, Yo's Endless Entertainment is coming to the throne. Michael, what's that? Sabanara. Hmm. Lord have mercy. That's right. Mr. Keyclark, his own boss. What race other than our people have to pose the money? I'm telling you, it was secondhand embarrassment. That's somebody that ain't used to nothing. Okay. That's new money. Long money is quiet. Okay. I had walked into this restaurant, um, and it was about 3 years ago. I think the name of it is Sage. It is. The name of it is Sage. Might have been 3 or 4 years ago. It's like a club. I walked in there, and I normally don't, but it was a mature environment. And we had walked in there, we sat up at the bar, right? And this old white guy, I'm telling y'all, came and sat next to us. And I could tell from how he was talking, he was like an Italian guy. He had a New York accent, okay? And he had on a hat like LL Cool J used to wear back in the 80s. Y'all remember what's the name of those hats that LL Cool J used to wear? Remember in that video he was rapping "Nobody Can Rap Like Quite Like I Can." What was the name of that song? LL Cool J, was it "I'm the Man"? Um, thank you, Gwen Robinson. Was it "I'm the Man"? Thank you for the super sticker. Kangaroo, right? The kangaroo hats, right? He sat next to me and he had on all 80 stuff. He thought he was cool, so he was trying to talk to all the women. And for some reason, when he sat down and started talking to me, y'all, he was dressed he was dressed like somebody in the darn 80s trying to be cool. Y'all should have saw his shoes. If you had looked down at his shoes, that would have been enough to make you run from it. That man owned almost everything in downtown Memphis. Do you understand me? And I'm so happy that I was nice to him. I don't know why. We just started talking at the bar, and I started talking about, my mother. I started talking about my grandfather and some more stuff. And we got into, like, some of the stuff that he does, and he started telling me all the stuff that he owns. You never would have known that man, because he was like, I live right over there. I don't know if he thought he was going to get us to go back home with him or something, because he was like, I live right over there across the street. And I was thinking, and he said, I walked here. I live right over there. And I was saying, what is he saying that for? But I kept talking to him because he was very pleasant. And he was talking about business, and he was talking about some more stuff. And he was talking about how, when you're in business, I mean, he just started getting into it. He was a little drunk. But when he started talking about where he lived, I was like, dog, that's those $1 million. Even before I was like, dog, that's those $1 million condos downtown. He had walked over there. That man looked like a hobo. Those are the type of people that be at those games, that they have all that security around on the floor. They wouldn't be intrigued by nothing Moneybag them had, not nothing. That's that long money versus the new money, because that long money is real quiet, that old money. Okay, and I think it's sad. But anyways, he ended up doing some advertisement with me when he started telling me about all of the businesses that he owned. I said, well, damn. I said, well, listen, we get ready to go, because the person that was with me, another guy, had walked up to her and sat on the other side of her. He had a friend with him. He was waiting for me to stop talking to the guy that was sitting on the white guy that was sitting on the other side of me, because she said, he kept saying, damn, I wish he'd get up and leave. I'm trying to talk to your friend. But I was sucking up wisdom. I love wisdom. I didn't want him. I wasn't going to go home with him. But he had got the drinking and started talking about business. And I was taking an opportunity. And not one time did he say, because he was trying to talk to a whole lot of black girls that was up in there. And a lot of them knew that what he owned because they was in his face. But God gave me the opportunity. God positioned me right there because he ended up doing some business with me. And I was a lady the whole time. Okay. He know based on the conversation that we had, I wasn't messed up about all that he had. I just looked at it. I'm a businesswoman, and he got businesses. He wanted to advertise them. I got the TV show. And based on me talking to me, he knew that he couldn't. He was one of them Italians. He couldn't dangle no money in my face and tell me to go do no hits. And that's why I say a lot of parents have started failing their children. I know a lot of parents do the best that they can, but they have started failing their children because you're supposed to instill self-worth in them so that when an OG, even if you get a no good OG to walk up to him and say, let's sit at this table, let's do this, and we're going to talk about doing some hits, they'll say, no, I can't participate in that. I got my whole life ahead of me. You ain't get ready to mess my life over. Because when they do these hits, these folks know where these hits come from. So what happens? They go back to their hoods. These folks that's paying them this little bit of money, they go hide off in their mansions. And then the retaliation happens in the hoods. They set these young dudes up to die one way or the other, and God ain't pleased. That's right, Miss Reese. The name of the song was I'm Bad. That's the type of hat he had on. Okay? Look like a hobo for real. Own just about every business down there. Okay? On just about every business. And I'm not even a talker. Like you could sit next to me at a bar and I probably won't say nothing, but he made me talk to him. And it ended up being a absolutely awesome conversation. That's the reason why you have to remain a lady at all times. Okay? Because based on my conversation with him, he knew he couldn't, even when he started talking about, I live over there because he had gotten drunk. I walked here. I live over there. And because I was saying, well, shit, where he live at, that's the $1 million condos. And that's right around the FedEx Forum. So that's why I say a lot of our people, with Moneybag and them, where they come from an area of South Memphis that, it's dirt poor. I know that area because I grew up in South Memphis. I think it's unfortunate with the people like Moneybag Yo and them, because Moneybag is you talk about like Moneybag, Finesse 2 times, very, very talented. You can't take that from Moneybag. He's talented. You talk about like the Key Glocks and the Snoop Bands and all of them, very, very talented, Moochie Grape and all of them. But you could tell that they were on different labels. Dolph taught something different. And Key Glock them be popping their stuff. But young Dolph taught something different, and you can tell. So when a lot of people get mad at them and they go, well, how come they ain't saying nothing even when something was said to them and this, and that? You have to understand their mentor, who we claim we want justice for, understood the game and taught them something different. So that's why you have to respect Key Glock when he get on here and say, ain't nobody tricking me out of my position. Young Dolph had all the money in the world. He could have had anything that he wanted to. He could have retaliated on all of the people because they were sending the little dudes out to do a lot of this stuff to him, whoever. They was. Some of these dudes, because Dolph was in the street that was involved in shooting at him and things of that nature, they was touchable. Because although they were sending them out to do their dirty work, they weren't putting them in, they weren't buying their mamas and stuff, no homes. They was just gassing them up to do their dirty work and then sending them back to the hood to die and be retaliated on. That's what's still happening all day, every day. Young Dolph's language was different. He was different. Okay. He said Soldier Boy is acting gangster today. Oh Lord. Soldier Boy. Mm. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I was listening to Sauce 500 the other day. And when this thing first happened, okay, Soldier Boy, right before Young Dolph was taken out, before they assassinated him. I don't like to say taken out because they didn't take him out. They made him immortal. Okay. But a few days before that happened, nobody understood why Soldier Boy was so mad, okay, at Key Glock. It was like he was trying to start something. And just like Sauce was saying, he named the people that he thought was involved, and I believe you're right on that. He said, but I believe Soldier Boy was paid to kick it off. And that's something to think about, because you get to thinking about, why was Soldier Boy so mad at Key Glock and Young Dolph? Young Dolph had paid homage to Soldier Boy, never said anything, bad about Soldier Boy. And then he gets mad at Key Glock and them, and then start putting money on his head. Not one time the people that he was arguing with, because he was arguing with Key Glock or um one of the other artists on Pre. Not one time was a Young Dolph involved in that, but he starts talking about he gonna put money on Young Dolph's head, and then the young man is taken out a couple days later. It's something that still don't sit right with me about that. He had got quiet, but y'all know I spoke about that from the beginning. It's just, but the only thing that gives me solace with that is, like I've always said, whatever is going on in Young Dolph's investigation, I'm not privy to everything that's going on in his investigation. I do believe that whoever was involved is going to get touched by the FBI, that is. Ain't nobody getting away with what they did to Young Dolph. And because I think it's going to be like a domino effect, because these folks done crossed each other out so much. But see, that was just the plan of God. They come at you one way, and then they flee in 7 different ways, okay? God confused the language. Oh, it's just, I'm going to tell y'all something. It's just something about that when I even read that scripture, and then when it's always something about when I say that, and when I read that God confused the language, that it's just something on the inside of me that jumps, because it happens all the time. The devil, it's a reminder of evil can never win. And when I say God confused the language on them, that's why you see so many people telling and talking. They've started fighting from within, because God has confused the language. Okay, that's why you have to be very careful about who you come up against. I'm telling you, like the young man was saying, there's evil everywhere. I got sense enough to know how anointed I am if they ever even tried to come near me. All the stuff that they thought they had gotten away with gonna come out into the atmosphere. So you better think twice when you think about me. We stay strapped all the time, and I never travel lightly, okay? Because I always ride deep with other people. But you better understand how anointed I am. All the stuff y'all thought y'all had got away with, you send one of them little dudes at me, it's gonna all come out, because God is gonna confuse the language. Okay, so you better be careful when you're trying to come up against me. Okay, all because people feel like that they can control what a person says or does. It still has not snapped in their mind. They don't even know who I am. It hadn't snapped in their mind. They're so easy to send out these young dudes. You go do something to her. Okay. It has not snapped in their minds. We don't know who she is, or who she's affiliated with. All the stuff that I thought that I had got away with, that the FBI had been wanting to get me for, gonna come up. And that could be anybody that is anointed. So you better be careful. Okay? You better be careful. And you better tread lightly when it comes to me or anybody around me while you're paying these damn hackers to hack networks, bitch. And we already know who did it. Just like they had to wait to walk Orange Mound Quit down. It's been more than me, you being walked down. Okay? And let me stop talking about that because I get mad every time I think about they hacked my network. And okay, I can't even talk about that. That ish over, they falling apart. Dummy should have left eight up. They should have left them alone. That's what they should have did. That's what they should have did. But they didn't do it. God says, touch not my anointed ones and do my prophets no harm. Anybody that's speaking anything consistently to try and remove the veil off of God's people and bring them out of bondage, whether it be financial bondage, all prophets don't come in the form that you think that they should come in, just like all angels don't. How many times people would go, dog, that was an angel sent from heaven. They ended up helping me, blessing me with a financial blessing, and I thought that they was homeless. But you don't ever know how God gonna send somebody to you. Dolph was a prophet, I believe, in his own right. And they put their hands on the wrong one. And so all of this stuff that's happening, they mad at vloggers, they mad at witnesses. It was already written in the book of life. They had a choice. They didn't have to kill him. Okay? But it's happening the way that God wants it to happen. And that's what's wrong with a lot of these Negroes. They mad because they said, who she thinks she is? Who sent her? Why she sitting up talking about us? Why he sitting up talking about us? Why they exposing us? It has not registered in their minds that this is the work of God. And it's got a whole lot of people frustrated. Okay? Because they said we touched young Dolph, we killed him, but now our lives, even like they was dangling that money in folks' faces, our lives dangle before our own eyes. So they grasping for straws. They still sending these little dudes out that they don't give a damn about. These little dudes, a lot of them already got kids. How in the hell you gonna let somebody who living in a mansion and you living in a damn hood and you barely making it send you out and put you in a position to be away from your family and your kids for the rest of your life? Because after about 2-3 years, they're not going to even come and see you. Okay? But it has not registered with them that this is all the work of God and he is the true God. Although a lot of these people want to make folks think that they are God, they feel like that they can, make a decision on who lives and who dies as if they are God. They have forgotten that they are not God. I mean, as if they are God, they've forgotten that they are not God. There is still a almighty God. Okay? And it is him that is spinning on them. He's getting his justice for what they did to one of his prophets. Okay? Young Dolph was still and still is, he's really a child of the Most High God now because his spirit has ascended. They felt like they had control of his life. And when they killed him, they lost all power. But what they killed was the physical shell, because what they did was they put him in a position for his spirit to ascend. And now he really up there with the Most High. And they spinning on him. They don't know what to do. They trying to figure out, who should we put a hit on? Who we gonna, what's going on? You can't put a hit on God. You can't do it. These folks have believed the hype so much that they think that they are God. They can't understand it is God that's getting his justice for what they've done. And he works through the people like the FBI, the DEA, and the Memphis police investigators, because he has his people everywhere. Okay? That's what happens. That's right. They think that their money can get them out of anything, and they're realizing that is not going to happen. All they had to do was leave him and anybody else that they've done this to or they plot to do it to alone. You think I don't know when they send their folks on here to throw out threats? You think I don't know that? You think I don't have people that watch my back that don't know when there are threats put on here? Hell, a lot of these police officers and investigators get a lot of their leads from these emotionally unstable niggas that come on some of these vlogs to threaten them. If y'all don't believe YouTube work with these investigators when there's murder involved, you out your damn mind. And if you think a VPN could stop you from being traced when it's come to the FBI, why you think the Memphis Police Department has partnered with the FBI? Because that police chief understands that the FBI has intelligence that not even the biggest, the smartest hacker could ever have. Because it would be exclusive to the federal government. So if you think YouTube ain't gonna work with the feds when they say that we have something, there's something going on YouTube, and this has to do with murder. If you don't think they're gonna work with them, you out your mind. You really is slow. Okay? You really slow. But anyways, y'all, did we talk about what we were supposed to talk about? Because we done talked about some of everything today. I mean, we done talked about some of everything. Okay? But like I said, the reason that Young Dolph's case is moving in the direction and the speed that it has moved in from day one, it has everything to do with the Memphis police investigators and the FBI. Nobody, regardless of their money, could ever stop justice. They can't control that. There's nothing that I could say or any other vlogger could ever get on here and say that's going to stop justice for Young Dolph. Okay? It can't happen. Okay? It can't happen. And unfortunately, a lot of these young dudes don't understand that. They sitting up mad because they know that somebody that was close to them maybe had something to do with his death. And they sitting up mad at the wrong person. If she'll just shut up, you might not go to jail. Whoever's going to go to jail, that's already determined. And it ain't got nothing to do with me. People don't like for you to, they want to be able to do wrong, and they want to be able to do wrong in peace. Okay? They want to be able to do wrong in peace. They want to be able to violate you in peace. And it makes them angry when they figure out that they have not gotten away with it. Okay? It makes them mad. There's a vlogger from out of Chicago that took one of my business numbers and put it up on a vlog, and I'm going after him. Okay? I'm going after him. I never did anything to that vlogger. And it's a whole lot of other stuff that I found out about him. But he works with other vloggers. I never did anything to him. But guess what? What he did was he helped me out kind of, because it drew the attention of the right people. Okay? Because when there's a problem, God will allow, because sometimes you'll say, well, hell, why that happened with it? It don't make no sense. I mean, it's a business number, but it don't make no sense. But it drew the attention of the right people. These people been doing this. Said that I was involved in Young Dolph's assassination and all that kind of crazy stuff. I don't know if he was high when he did it, but I had never done nothing to that blogger. But this is just an example of people that violate, people that'll take money to do anything. And so he gonna have his day in court. Okay. Because it drew the attention of the right people, we was able to find out exactly who it was. And all the scrubbing in the world couldn't change that. Okay. All right, you guys, we've been on here for 2 hours. Um, y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, you guys. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Okay. You know, I get on here and I talk about Young Dolph, you guys, because you know, Young Dolph, what happened to Young Dolph represents a bigger problem within our community. It represents a bigger problem. How we are killing each other. Okay. How these OGs are setting these young men up to either die or to be in jail for the rest of their lives. 60 years is a long time to do time in prison, especially going to kill somebody that you ain't never even had no problem with. Well, you know, my big dog told me to go take him out. Oh, he was being disrespectful to the game. You know, a lot of these fathers and these mothers have to start validating their children. Okay, even if the fathers are not going to be in the home, they need to become righteous, because a lot of them that's in the home, hell, is it's just like they ain't there, and hell, everybody that's in the home ain't no good influence on the kids. They ought to be somewhere else. But people are going to have to start back raising their children right and giving them validation, because what we see now is a problem. You are really supposed to be your child's role model, because you're righteous in your home. Your kids shouldn't be looking outside of the house for no role model. But just in case they do, because I understand that people have addictions and you know they have mental illnesses and things of that nature. But if they do, how come these OGs can't just do them right? They ain't doing them right. They misusing them. They already have a lot of emotional instability. They want to belong. You got to have low self-esteem if to be in a gang anyways. My gang love me. Don't nobody, people that love you don't send you out to do anything that's going to get you messed off. Because going out killing people, going out setting folks up, robbing people, all these violations against people, you don't get by with that. There are consequences for that. But they make it seem like it's sweet. The gang got you. We got you. I'm sure Straight Drop was made to feel secure about a whole lot of shit. And when push came to shove, they wouldn't even get him a lawyer. He just got one. And him just getting a lawyer didn't have a damn thing to do with nothing other than folks want to cover their own asses. That's it. Because it's all about them. But because we serve a just God, whatever is going on, whoever is involved, the people that's investigating it been knowing who's involved. And I know a lot of times people say, well, if they've been knowing, how come they ain't been arrested? Well, you have to let the wheels of justice turn. It's one thing to know it. It's another thing to make sure you have everything you need so that you can make sure that they don't get out, whoever that is. And so if you don't want to go to jail, if you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison, if you don't want to reap what you sow, mind your own business and get about building your own wealth. Get around people that's going to help you, that want to see you do well, okay? Because people that want to see you do well, they're gonna teach you the game, and you ain't gonna have to put your life on the line. You ain't gonna have to go take nobody else's life to be taught the game. Because young dudes, whether you believe it or not, these OGs understand the consequences that come behind taking out people. That's why they don't do it. That's why they send you to do it. They hide behind you because they understand the consequences. And they want to be out here with their kids. They've gotten by so long because they've always used somebody who was mentally unstable or emotionally unstable to do their dirt. So they take on the name, they put the jacket on their back. Oh, he a hitter, but you done ruined somebody else's child. There's plenty of folks' kids sitting in prison right now doing time for a lot of these OGs that was really cowards that sent them out to do their dirty work because they understood what the consequences was. And that was death, one way or the other. Okay? So these OGs gonna have to change their mindsets, and these women gonna have to change theirs. I've never seen so many women that are involved and letting these men helping them to set folks up. They get all involved in how in the hell you feel like you doing something, you gonna live a certain way, trying to mess up somebody else's credit and their life and taking on their identities. You think God gonna let you get away with that? And then to stand on their soapbox, I was a grandmama, I was got kids, I was a good person, I was always had a good heart. But you sitting up, going and stealing other people's identities. And you think God in that? Okay? The stress and mishap that you cause people when you steal in their life. When you going to get shit all in their name so you could sell it. But just like I said, we thank God for his people. Because it is the people like the FBI that stop stuff like that. That's why I say God has his people everywhere. And then these folks have the nerve to get on their platforms and stuff and say, folks be wanting to see other folks sent to jail. You damn right. They really ought to be sent somewhere else. Because when you can violate folks like that, you really ain't got no place on this earth. But jail is just what we have to settle for. Those are the consequences that comes with the violations. I ain't never in my life understood how people feel like going to jail or having somebody sit to jail could be worse than violating. These are people that violate other people. So a lot of these niggas got the game wrong. I would never have any loyalty to a violator, and I can't understand how anybody else would either. You gonna violate me and cause me grief, and I'm supposed to have loyalty to you? They got the game wrong. They twisted for real. The police and the FBI, even though they got the intelligence, they still need the help of people. They need the help of good law-abiding people that's tired of folks violating them. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna ever say, well, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let them do their job. Hell, he raped you. You gonna have more loyalty to the rapist that raped you than you are to helping the police that's trying to help you? These folks got the game wrong. And when people change their mindset, that's when you'll start to see our community come out of bondage. Nobody else thinks like us, our community. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of Black people walking up in white folks' communities and think they're going to terrorize it. They know it's consequences that's going to come behind that. They make y'all feel guilty. They want to violate you and make you feel guilty about telling it. Y'all got me all the way fucked up. Excuse my language. The devil is a liar. And these women need to stop chasing these damn men and start validating their children. I'm a single mother. I was too. But you better know I was validating mine every minute. You're beautiful regardless to what they daddy did or didn't do. I never told them your daddy ain't no good. He don't do right. They never heard us cussing, and I used to cuss them out like dogs when I got mad at them. But my kids never heard it. They never heard me say your own daddy don't give a damn about you. You know why? Because I was validating my kids. You're beautiful, mama. My daddy love me. Yeah, he love you. He sure do. He sure do. Because regardless to what was going on between what they did or didn't do, I believe they loved them. And even if they didn't, my daughters was not gonna hear that because I was validating my kids. Validate your children. If you validate them, if you build them up, then these OGs can't send them out because they already had a self-worth instilled in them. Your self-esteem too high. You damn right, nigga. Go get your daddy to do the hit. Better yet, you go do it. How come you can't go do your own hits? Man, I got too much to live for. That right there ought to make you jaw the nigga. Nigga, give him a strong hook. Knock his damn teeth out his mouth. So, nigga, you gonna ask me to go do your hit? And you sitting up talking like you got to be out with your kids and shit. You got businesses to run. What you think I am? But these kids don't think like that because they haven't been validated. They can't see past the money that they ain't gonna get to spend anyways. You ain't gonna get to be on. They could sign you on a record label. They tricking them so bad. They signing them to record labels and just letting them sit on there. They still living in the hoods. All they able to say is that I'm signed to this record label. That's all they able to say. It's a game. We a gang. I'm signed. I'm on this record label. What kind of songs have you put out? What kind of money are you making? Where you living at? Have you been able to take your family out of the hood? No. Oh, okay. But y'all sitting on this label doing all types of hit stuff. So it's a game. They using you. They gassing you up like you get ready to take off. That's a way of manipulation. Still ain't nothing happening for you. Okay. Build your children up. So when they become young adults, they'll be able to understand. I don't care how much street knowledge they got. A lot of these older dudes are running and thinking circles around them. And they sending our kids out. And if we don't do something about it, the generation that's straight dropping them coming up in, they're going to be extinct. Because they're going to either be dead or in jail. And we see it happening right now before our very own eyes. Okay? It's happening before our very own eyes. Okay? But anyways, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. Okay? I'm going to get off of here because I got to make some runs. But I have enjoyed being on here with you all today. Child, if I done offended anybody, because folks be in the bushes. I never understood this. Folks be all in the bushes and be sitting up talking about she talking about me. They don't even been across my damn mind. And for the record, I ain't beefing with nobody, regardless to what anybody might try to say. I don't beef on YouTube. I'm not beefing with anybody. So if somebody say I'm beefing with them, just know that they looking for some attention or they telling a damn lie. Because I ain't beefing with nobody. Okay? I don't beef on YouTube. Okay? If you hear me talking about something, it is because somebody is violating me. And what I do with violations is I go to the FBI and the police. I'm not going to hide it. I'm not ashamed. She go to the police. You damn right. That's what their job is, to handle stuff like that. I'm not going to stress myself out. These niggas violating me. They hacking my stuff. I'm going to be down there at the FBI, at the Memphis branch of the FBI, like I have so many times. Okay? I'm going to send them emails to that federal agent that I have been sending stuff to about these niggas that's been hacking my stuff, that's working on this stuff. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get on here and beef. I might get on here and let some smoke out because I think it's a damn shame what black people do and what they allow other communities to boost them up to do. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. I'm a computer expert. You think you going back to your country. And those that y'all getting off of fiber, I'm gonna tell you what the agent told me. We everywhere. They're gonna be dealt with too. And what is all of this about? What is it for? It don't make no sense. Because in the end, whatever you thought you was gonna accomplish, it still ain't gonna be. It's a damn shame before God. The mindset that our people have. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get on off of here. It has been an absolute pleasure. Also, Miss Gwen, and it has been a pleasure with all of you all. I want y'all to know that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. I have respect for all of those that's on here and using the platform that God has given them to speak the truth. There are a lot of people that's on here speaking the truth. And even if they have not tapped into the truth, they honest enough and mature enough, okay? They honest enough. If I talk too much, why are you on my page? If I talk too much, why are you on my page, Hannah? Y'all don't block him yet. Don't block him. I want to hear let's hear what he got to say. Moderators, don't block Hannah. Hannah, why are you on my page if I talk too much? Let's hear what he got to say. Before I get off of here, I got to, if he blocked, unblock him. If I'm Excel Hunter, if I talk too much, why are you on my page? How come he ain't responded? If I talk too much, why are you on my damn page? You got to be mentally retarded to come to a page or somebody that talk too much. I want to hear what you got to say, y'all. Don't block him. I want to hear his conversation. He the right kind. Let's hear what he got to say. Don't tell me he got coward and ain't saying nothing. You get upset too much. You bring good dialogue, but you get upset too much. Okay. Uh, okay. But you do understand that it's my show though, right? You just said I talk too much. Am I supposed to get on my show and not talk? You ain't blocked because I'm looking at your stuff. But now after I fin now Joy loves God. Now you can block him. I thought he was gonna send out some threats. You know, he ain't stupid enough to do that. Go ahead and block him. You can re-block him again since I talk too much, Hunter. I just blocked him. I just wanted to hear what he had to say. I was gonna see what direction he was gonna go in. He was just gonna get a folks more material, but he ain't that stupid. Okay. Don't come to a page of somebody that has a talk show because what they do is they talk. Okay. So don't come on my page if you don't want to hear me talk. So that means to me you have a mental illness, Hunter. With all due respect, even though you didn't give me no respect, there is a mental illness. Because that's what bloggers do, they talk. And I believe that was a little subliminal threat. Because I've already been told they say that's what they do, as it relates to this young Dolph's case where they had their little dudes to do. Jump on here and say, you talk too much. Okay. As if that's going to stop me. But anyways, you guys, please make sure That y'all be on the lookout. If y'all are in Texas, if y'all in like Dallas and Houston, Colorado and New York, make that's right, it's mental illness. This is the mental illness that's absolutely right. It's the mental illness. Um Make sure y'all be on the lookout, you guys, for young Dolph. Okay. Pop-up museum. Make sure y'all be on the lookout for Young Dolph's pop-up museum. It's probably somebody, and I'm going back to this, it's probably somebody that got mad at me talking about that hacking. Maybe they got mad at me talking about um that identity theft stuff. Y'all the one did it, not me. Y'all knew it was illegal when you was doing it. At this point, I really, I believe they crazy, but some of these record labels that's involved in this Young Dolph's case here, they ain't even sending no damn body out. They understand what the game is now. They ain't crazy enough to be getting on no damn vlogs. They got bigger fish to fry. It's some of these ones that's doing this hacking and this identity theft bullshit. But you niggas was the one that was doing it. So there are consequences to it. Kiss my ass. You knew when you was going to get these IDs. Oh, DJ Robs. Y'all knew when y'all was hacking and going to get these IDs that the feds at some point was going to get involved. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I know I took up all of y'all lunchtime and stuff. When I get on here and I start talking, y'all have to know, like, I get extremely passionate. Okay. I am very passionate about really the human race, but especially the Black community because of what has been done to our community. And whether these Black men know it or not, I was going to say earlier, it's very disappointing to me what they are doing, the atrocities that they are participating and committing on our communities is because I was taught that there was nothing better than a Black man. That's the reason why I always talk about my grandfather and my dad and all of them, because I was around strong men that were soldiers and they ain't violate nobody to get what they had. They just worked hard. They just worked hard and they heard from God. And so because I saw my grandmother and my mom and my aunts and stuff have men like that around, where they didn't have no issues with being submissive to their men. You know why? Because their men took care of home. They knew that he was going to protect and provide for them and the children. So when these men say, well, these women don't respect us, how can a woman respect you and she taking care of you? I need my hair cut. You ain't got no money to get your hair cut? You won't hold me down. Who gonna respect something like that? So that's why when I see a man that's working hard, even if he ain't where he's supposed to be or gonna be, or he got less than me. When he got a drive and he working hard and he ain't trying to get nothing from me, I go, that's a real one right there. Cause see, I don't mean no harm, and it's more women that are like me. I know I'm a winner. When you find a man that's got a drive and a woman that's got the brains to help to bring that drive to fruition, that ain't Okay, y'all, I'm back. And listen, what is happening is, I think I spoke about this when I came on earlier. There is a new there's a new system that they're trying, something going on with my computer because people have been trying to hack in it. And so what's been happening is whatever they're doing is freezing me up, okay? So, I had said earlier, if my computer freezes up and I pop off, then I'm going to come back on, and that's what's happening, okay? That's what's happening. It's some new system that's situation that's going on because these hackers want to hack into networks and things of that nature. But even still, what they're doing is they're hiring these people. And so when they hack into the network, because these folks get high and they start hiring these hackers don't know that they are at this point being watched. All they want is some money. And so we're gonna be waiting on them when they do it. Okay. In the Dolph Museum coming to California. I don't know, but I hope so. I hope so. I hope it comes to Memphis. I know we got there's a Dolph land in Memphis, but I hope the museum comes to the Memphis area also. I think that would be awesome. Okay. But what I was saying is before they're gonna have to hurry up and do something because I'm tired of my system freezing up because of whatever going on with the system. Okay. So but what I was saying is, he said, I ain't going to Houston or Dallas, damn it, Glock. But what I was saying is that is the reason why I just like men with that mindset. Okay. When you are a woman that has a winner's mind and you get somebody that is a hard worker, because a lot of men just don't know how to bring, they know what they want and they have the work ethic, they just don't know the business part of it. More women are stickler for details and they learn the business. I think that's why young Dolph loved Mia J. Mia J has a degree in finance, and I'm sure she was instrumental on a whole lot of stuff as it relates to young Dolph. Okay. And so when men are trying to go up, especially when they mature, they understand what it takes to go up. And that is getting a intelligent woman to build with. Not these that's looking for a woman to take care of them. You could use your life savings to fund my career. Run away from him. Okay? Because one thing for sure, a real one, if he got a dream, he ain't gonna ask you to fund it. He gonna be out there doing what's necessary to make sure he fund his own career. And don't no real men want to come up off of no woman. They feel a certain way with a woman taking care of them. Anytime a man is comfortable with a woman taking care of them, excuse my French, but that's a bitch for real. And you need to be checking his damn drawers to see if some shit in them. Cause he taking it up the ass. Okay. I had to get vulgar with that. Okay. Um, but anyways, you guys, y'all make sure y'all reach out to Code Figure. Like I said, I don't want it's a lot of vloggers on here that do a good job as it relates to commentating, period. Not just on the Young Dolls case. It's a lot of women that do a really good. You could tell they come from a good place. Um, she said 70%. Yeah, 70%. That's true. And it's a few women, it's a few men. And they do really good. And I always talk about Code Figure. He's one of them. Um, Sauce is one. And even if I don't agree with them on everything, like I said, it's some things that they say I don't agree with, but I still have respect for what they do. Everybody don't agree on everything. And that's what I was ready to say earlier before I got sidetracked. People feel like when people are emotionally unstable, they feel like when somebody don't agree with them that you are an enemy. We enemies. You don't believe everything I say. You don't agree with me. That's an emotionally unstable time bomb. Okay. But when you're mature, you can say, "Well, I don't agree with that." But for the most part, I respect what the person is doing. But when people are blatantly getting on here misleading folks, that's something different. I can't respect no mess like that. Okay. But I was going to get on here tonight and talk about the takeoffs case, but I think it's a lot of bloggers that's doing a good job on keeping everyone abreast as it relates to the takeoffs case. Although I still be watching it, I like the takeoffs case. Like I told y'all early on, when the police chief first did that conference, and just based on his statements and what he said after that conference, I went live and I said I don't trust that police chief. He seems to be too chummy with those celebrities. Okay, I don't know. And I think the good thing about it is because people have focused in so hard and been watching them so closely and calling a lot of stuff out, it has forced them to try and get justice for takeoff. But Duke the Jeweler needs justice too. Okay. But it has forced them to at least make us think that they're trying to get justice. But at the same time, I think that they're also trying to find a loophole. I like looking at the twins, the identical. I think they do a very, very good job on speaking truth about, very accurate on the truth as it relates to Takeoff's case. Okay. Um, give me the names, Miss T, that's telling the truth other than you, because it seems like everyone else is still lying. Yeah, you know what? When people start blaming Pre, I go, well, the thing about it is, it wasn't Pre that was trying to, me too, Orlando. It wasn't Pre that was trying to take Young Dolph out in 2017. It they weren't trying to take him out in 2017. Okay. Because it seems to me whoever it was that was trying to take him out in 2017 um took him out in 2021. And that's according to some of the people in law enforcement. They be getting mad at me, I guess, because they feel like law enforcement not doing their job. But you better know that law enforcement knows everything. So I don't believe that anybody in Pre was involved. Yeah, Code Figure is awesome. He's awesome. I haven't seen him on lately. I said I was going to send him an email. Um, I said I was going to say, who else do I love? Um, it's some more people that I like. I like looking at. Oh, Player Cole is he does a good job. Um, it's a it's a quite a few people. I don't know, for some reason I can't think of everybody right off the bat. Yeah, Code is deep. What they did was they I think something is going on with Code Figure's channel. I think something is going on with his channel. I don't know if his I don't like to put stuff out there if it ain't. I mean, he hadn't been on, and somebody got on here and said that something had happened with his channel. But if he got another channel, he needs to come on here, and he needs to advertise if he has another channel so that we can go and subscribe to his channel, because Um, I Cold Figure is very passionate. He has a lot of passion. Before I even started vlogging on the Young Dolph's case, I was looking at him, right? Before I started vlogging on the case, I was looking at him and he was very passionate. He was speaking the truth. He had honed in on what happened and he called it out for what it truly was. Okay, I like Fee too. I do. I like Fee's page. Um, right, Street Politics, I like him too. Um, he's who else? It's a lot of other people I like. It's I look at a lot of people. I do. I look at a lot of channels. Um I look at, like I said, I look at Identical, I look at Sauce, I look at Fee, I look at Lowdown, I look at who else? Player Cole, I look at I look at just about everybody. Um well, no, I don't look at everybody, but because it's some pages I can't look at. Plus he from there and seems like he knows a lot of them. Yeah, I do. I look at OG Jacario. His stuff will pop up into my thing and I'll click on OG Jacario. Who else? Um I like Black Girls Lost. You know what, Jeff Lee? I don't look at people that attack me. If when people attack me and I know that I don't, yeah, and I know I have not done anything to them, I can't, I can't rock with that. Yeah, I know I don't really rock with people that are anti-pre either. Not, I respect people, but when I know that they are blatantly just lying to try and confuse people, because most people know that Pre had nothing to do with Young Dolph's assassination. When they started trying to blame those young men, and they went just really just trying to mislead people because, you know, for whatever reasons, because a lot of these channels have been paid to do that. I don't rock with that. Thank you, Oleander. Yeah. Um, I be pulling up on Double Tap too. I have to say, Double Tap, one of those ones that always give me a shout out. You know, he gives me a shout out. Um, and sometimes I be in his bushes, and he don't even know I be in his bushes looking at him, and he'll give a shout out. He'll say, "I saw that on Real Talk channel." Or something like that. So I appreciate that, especially on a app where people don't like to give you your credit. They'll steal your verbiage. They will steal everything you say. Okay, they'll steal everything you say. Okay. And they won't say, well, I heard this from over there on Real Talk. I know when somebody been looking at me, I go, damn, they saying what I just said verbatim. What they do is they'll come and vibe off of your energy and go and regurgitate it instead of saying, I just heard this on such and such channel. I always do that. I always say, well, I heard this on such and such channel, because I don't want to sound like a fool being robotic, repeating something that I just know I heard somebody else say. It don't hurt to give people their credit. But see, a lot of people are afraid when they got that spirit of jealousy and stuff. They are afraid that if they say, well, I heard this on such and such channel, that folks are going to go subscribe to them. And then they don't want you to know where they don't want you to know where they get their information from. They want you to think they came up with it, so they can't tell you that. A lot, oftentimes. Jeff, you don't never be in the bushes. You always when you over here, you always say hello. Jeff be one of the first ones to say hello when I come on. He be as soon he get his notifications quick. It's only a few times I seen Jeff Lee come in late. But you don't ever be in the bushes over here. Neo said that's how I got here. How you get here, Neo? Ain't no you right. He be coming up with all them old pics of doll. He said Mr. Petty got to be from Memphis. I've never heard listen to Petty. Is it Petty Talk? I've seen it pop up. I may have clicked on it a couple times. I don't know if yeah. Oh, Jeff said only on my page. Okay. He said I don't chat on other pages. And he said double tap and Petty Talk sound alike. Oh, Neo said double tap saluted you and gave you credit. So I came to check your channel out. Shout out to double tap. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been in the bushes where I've seen him, shout me out or say, I got this from Miss T show, and then he'll pull it up. He don't even know I be in the bushes. So I appreciate that. I think all vloggers check out other vloggers. They lying if they say they don't. If nothing else, even if they are not there to steal content, they be there to see if they're gonna regurgitate something that they just said. Especially, and you could always tell when a vlogger has been watching you because I'm able to. I could say, oh, they've been over on my channel, even when they try to say they haven't. He loves dog. Okay. I'll talk ish on other people's channels if they are lying. So I know they probably done tried or done hacked me. You know what, Clarinetta? These folks so grimy. You ain't even got to do nothing for them to hack you, child. All you got to, because they be trying to, they be looking for the, they be wanting to hack you for your information. They be all you got to have is a name, and they think you got a social security number because that's all they be wanting. Them what do they call it? That social security number chasing show gonna get a lot of these Negroes messed up. It's sure gonna get them messed up. Yes, because I seen a channel I've never seen talk about quit getting paid. A lot of these, some of these people have different channels. They work, with each other, and they have different channels, and they'll talk one thing on one channel, and then they'll go make fake channels and talk garbage about Young Dolph and his family. That's messed up. But they'll, that's when they had them avatars up and them fake voices and things of that nature. Um, I think that's sad. To me, that's sickening. When you're on your real page, you're talking good about Young Dolph, talk about you want family, you want justice for his family. Then you go and make all these off-brand pages, you and them and some other vloggers, and then they talk shit about Young Dolph and his artists and his family. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. It's easy to make a YouTube channel, but vlogging isn't easy. No, it's not easy at all. She said I got put in time out because they was lying about something about dog. I tell you. Mm-mm-mm. Well, one thing for sure, I think the majority of the people want justice for young Doll. Okay, the majority of the people want justice for young Doll. I definitely can tell the ones who watch Real Talk with Tamara. I'm telling you, somebody was saying you have no one-liners. I promise you, when I started talking about hotter than fish grease, I had never heard nobody else say it because that's one of those old country um um slangs that I've heard a lot of them. A lot of stuff I say it's because I grew up around my great aunts and my grandma and them. Like when I say I'm mad, I'm hotter than fish grease. One of my granddaddies used to always say I was fire engine mad. So I get that from him too. And I started hearing people say hotter than fish grease. I always say, now we cooking with Crisco. When we getting somewhere, okay, now we cooking with Crisco. I've started hearing people say that too. When I start hearing them say cuckabug heads, I'ma just die laughing. Oh my God. Because I promise you that's something that I think my great grandmama used to say. I was, about 13 when my great grandmama died. She was in her 90s. So she sure used to say cuckabug heads. Doc did not deserve this, and anyone talking mess about him needs to be banned. No, he didn't deserve it. You have to be evil to talk evil about somebody who was assassinated the way that he was. What else I be saying? I always be acting like a bunch of damn hyenas. I got that from my grandmama. Um, a whole lot of stuff. I can't stand no jelly bag man. I started hearing people say that too. That's one of my favorite words to say. I can't stand no old jelly bag man. Oleander, they can't stop what's coming. No, they can't. I can't understand how people go out and do all this dirt and then get mad when they have to suffer the consequences of it. That's why I say people are twisted. They want to do the dirt. They want to do the dirt, but they don't want to suffer the consequences of doing the dirt. That's how you know a lot of these folks is twisted. They twisted for real. Mm-hmm. A YouTube channel is a good place to save video content that you don't mind being public. My channel is about cars. I save my videos. I don't need or want an audience. Okay. You like cars. Well, that's good. And then I also think that YouTube, I thought, was a form of media where people could put out good content and tell the truth. I mean, when it's for entertainment purposes, let people know that, but not to turn it into something dark where murder is being plotted on people. You're stealing people's identities, you're stealing their information, you're trying to set their families up to be taken out. That's something different. That's evil on so many levels. Like a lot of these celebrities know. Like that's why I say, these new age, we have to be careful who we um support, because you done lost your damn mind if you a celebrity and you getting mad about vloggers talking about you. You talking about I'm gonna put a hit on that vlogger for talking about me. You out your cotton picking damn mind. When the National Enquirer always talked about these celebrities, whether it was true or false, when they had nothing but white people and Michael Jackson on the National Enquirer, they was talking about all types of crazy shit. You didn't hear them talk about putting no hits on nobody. But now these 2-bit rappers feel like that can't nobody talk about me. You talk about me, I'm gonna come and see you. But these are the same damn folks that want us to support them. They want us to buy streams and stuff for our kids so that they can listen to their music. I think not. I think not. That's why I said we have to take the power back. They sitting up talking about she talking, I'm gonna put a hit on her or him or anybody. Well, then you won't have a career in the industry. You're not gonna have a career in the industry because we're not gonna support you. You don't want to be talked about, don't get into the industry. If you too weak, you too pitiful, you too sorry. If your feelings that easy to be hurt. Okay. That's the reason why I can't understand why J Prince Sr. has started jumping on um YouTube or jumping on social media talking about you don't want me to revert back to the old him. This man is supposed to be teaching wisdom and enjoying his grandkids. And he on here trying to extort people like NBA YoungBoy, somebody young enough to be his grandson, and promoting extortion. Okay. It's a damn shame before God. Says I blacked away from watching stuff on the case when Big Juke added me on Instagram. I got spooked because how did he know my Insta? They ain't adding me on Instagram. Oh my God. I tell you, that is something to think about though. What channel were you on? Olandier, what channel was you on? What's the name of your channel? Were you talking about Young Dolph? Where Big Juke would add your Instagram? Big Juke better sit his butt down somewhere. He said, "Oh yeah, I know about the old Southern lingo." People be talking about, especially like when I go like out east or anywhere. Even y'all know they country in New Orleans, and they be talking about my Southern accent, how deep it is. I have a real deep Southern drawl. Oh, okay. Oh wow. And he done added somebody on it. Miss Olinder, is it Oleander? It are you using your real name on here? Okay. Well, I got an Instagram page. They ain't never tried to Oleander said that freaked them out. Lord have mercy. Mm. Well, I've been telling y'all that I felt like the reason a lot of these people was hacking is because they work with these record companies. Somebody else told me that too. These record companies are the one hiring these network engineers that's been hacking into people's networks, getting their information to try to, do something to their mamas and their families. These record labels are doing that. They hiring these networking people, these networking engineers that's hacking us to get ready to go to jail. Yeah. I be talking so much shit. I mean, because if hey, they come to my Instagram, they better not come over there trying to talk no shit to me. Because I'm gonna scream on every rooftop and let everybody know. They over here trying to threaten me. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. Ain't nobody. I'm gonna tell y'all the only person that followed me on Instagram was Paper Route Woo. And I got on here and said it. I don't even know if he still follow me. Because I was like, oh my God. I had to check to see if that was this. I was like, that's Paper Route Woo. But I don't be on Instagram. I get on there to do a little lurking sometimes, but I've been saying I was gonna delete it, but I haven't deleted it. Because I don't really I don't ever post no video. I got videos and stuff up. I was trying to figure out how to really use Instagram. I was like, I'm gonna delete it, but I haven't deleted it or nothing because I have to log in sometimes so that I can do my lurking when I have a chance. That's right, Clarinetta. You got to be a pitiful man if you sitting up getting mad at some women because we be all women. We talk shit and we laugh and go on and talk, cuss them out and go on. You really got to be sorry when you sitting up mad at some women that's talking shit. That's why I say it's too many sorry men out here. Lord, Oleander said Big Juke then came and child. Yeah, hold on. Hello. On live. Uh. Uh. Why? No. No. Okay, yeah, I'm back. Hey, Justice Moss. Little Miss Muffin said, Miss T, I swear I'll be like, Lord, please keep Miss T and Remy safe because he's not going to be able to protect her by himself because you don't be caring who you talk about. These folks, they ought not to be so damn sensitive. And that's a damn shame when folks feel like that they could commit terrorist acts in a community and then get mad when somebody say something about it. Tamara, what was the dog barking about? I, I don't know. It ain't no telling. I have a lake in the back of my house. So, a lot of times the people that live in this subdivision, they be walking their animals and stuff around the lake. And for some reason, she can hear, like they could be on the other side of the lake and she could hear that they are out there. She can hear the dog making, because I can't hear them a lot of times. She could hear when the dog make a little sound or anything. She'll jump up and run straight over to that patio and start looking back there. Or if anybody start walking around that lake, she don't. I guess she don't think nobody's supposed to walk around the lake. A lot of times people be out exercising. Right. I was like, they did that comment bug him so much. It is right in Dolph's documentary, and Dolph said it on Breakfast Club. Well, I think the reason why so many people was intimidated early on, I'm talking about just anybody whose name has been involved in Young Dolph's case or has came up in Young Dolph's case and things of nature. I'm talking about even early on, like in the very beginning. And it's probably because a lot of them didn't understand how, you know, I think they felt like people was going to they was going to figure out some stuff, but they didn't understand how thorough the Memphis police investigators and the federal agents was, and how quick they started getting information from, not from vloggers, but from people that really knew, that we have never seen, don't know their names or whatever. So I think that they was just scared when people started getting scared when their name was coming up, whether they was involved or not. And they started doing things that they know they shouldn't have been doing, like threatening people. I'm hearing some people have gotten messed off, all because folks was scared. They didn't know how close they was already being watched right after this happened, whether it was anybody. I'm just saying whoever was involved. And so I think it was a lot of pandemonium. That's the reason why you saw folks, when people, vloggers, was talking about the Young Dolls case, you saw a lot of them sending their crash dummies and stuff out. Right. The vloggers don't know what the cops know. Absolutely. Because I don't know everything. I don't, I've always said I don't even want to know everything, right? But I think what they do is they actually helped um when the vloggers was trying to figure out what was going on. It was talking about the Young Dolls case and things of that nature. What they actually started doing was, that's why I say these folks crazy if they think these social medias don't work with the feds, right? I believe that how they was able to figure out a lot of these people and their affiliations and what camps they came out of was because of the threats that was being thrown out at vloggers on YouTube and on social media. It didn't just happen on YouTube, because they was threatening people on all platforms, and that stuff was being traced just like it is to this very, very day. So that's how you know, like when you talk about certain stuff, um um somebody might get a little mad. Like it was a guy came up here, I just happened to bring up Jeremiah Taylor. Hell, the police are so quiet about Jeremiah Taylor. That's how you know that there's probably gonna be somebody gonna be arrested real soon, because when they get that quiet, it is because they have honed in on whoever is involved. But these folks are such crash dummies and they're so stupid, they actually help to lead the police right to them, right? Because I said something about Jeremiah Taylor one day, and then a guy, I dropped the link, and a guy came up and started pointing a gun. Now you already know what went on with that. You can only imagine, right? And because this is a federal entity, and you got the nerve to be um spewing out terroristic threats, and not only that, get on a platform with a weapon on a federal government, on a federal entity. And I just happened to just say something about Jeremiah. So why would that person get that mad and jump his raggedy ass up on my platform with a gun? So that's why I say a lot of these people have um led the police straight to them. It ain't got a damn thing to do with no vlogger. It's got everything to do with they stupid asses. And so they help to get a police the leads that they need. If they want to go to jail, that's all they got to do is say it. But instead I guess because subconsciously they don't want to say I want to go to jail, so they go and do crazy stuff so that they can go. Right. I'm tell y'all something. I don't fear nobody but God because I understand, that God has me covered. And with me being so anointed, if anybody ever tries to do anything to me, they be talking shit. um, you know, whatever they thought that they had gotten away with, it's gonna come out into the atmosphere. Because you have to be careful when you talk about messing with somebody just because you feel like they ain't doing something you want them to do. It's best to just leave people alone if they're not violating you. Everybody and their mama talk about the Young Dolph's case. We're not on here trying to figure out. That's what I've always said. Ain't nobody on here trying to figure out what happened to Young Dolph because the police already know what happened to him. I'd be a damn fool to sit on my platform and say, I'm trying to solve the Young Dolph's case. Hell no, because I don't know everything that the police know. They are in direct contact with the witnesses, the people that was helping them from day one. Okay? They have the intelligence, they have and all of the things that we don't know about. So that's why I say it goes back to control and mental illness where people feel like that they are God. I don't want you talking about that case. Why not? Did you have something to do with it? I just don't want you talking about it. Okay, well then that means you or somebody was involved. So that's another clue. Everybody and their mama talks about every case. I'm telling y'all something. Even though I felt like, what Jay Prince Jr., Jay Prince Sr., when he got on the other day and he did an interview with some people don't want me to go back to my old ways, these vloggers or whatever. Even though, people that are mature thought that was stupid, he actually statements like that kind of helps out investigators. Because why in the hell would he be concerned about somebody talking about him in the takeoff case? You know what I mean? Why, you have to think about stuff like that. And then a lot of times it make people show their hand. This is what this person is capable of. Yeah, I remember the day you said that happened on your channel. Some of the bloggers were blaming everyone and they mama. I'm telling you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I said I was gonna get off like an hour ago, and we stayed on a little while long, but it's been 3 hours, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. But I want y'all to know how much I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you all. That girl Kelsey is married to someone at Meg's label that she's suing. I appreciate you guys. I'm getting on my live. I do. I appreciate your support. I really do. All that we talk about, we talk about in good faith and things of that nature. And we do want justice for a Young Dolph. And when I start talking about what's going on within our community and things of that nature, it's because I have a passion for what is going on within our community, right? And we got to stop protecting predators. People feel like, you say something about me, I'm gonna kill you. Those are people we can't, we got to get off of the streets. It ain't nobody's job to think that they can control somebody's life. I got control of whether you live or not. Oh no, you can't be out. And that's what it has come to. And people like that have to be off the street, but they feel comfortable with doing it because they have made people because of they've made people feel guilty about doing what's right. Right? All right, you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. I want you guys to know that I love you. I want y'all to have a good day. My phone has started blowing up. Okay. I want y'all to have a good day. I love you guys. I'll talk with you later.